Welcome to What the Pod. I go by the name of DJ Treacy Tree, show auntie's favorite DJ, and now your fairy pod mother. Welcome to What the Pod. What the Pod is a podcast that recommends new shows for you to listen to. Thank you so much for joining me on this hump day, and let's jump right into today's show. Before we jump into what podcast I'm listening to today, Spotify users, make sure that you update your app. Spotify just notified everyone that they've got a new user interface that actually separates music from podcasts. Why is that important to you? You now can find new shows to listen to very easily. So make sure you go into your settings on your device and update your Spotify app. It's Wednesday and the new moon is popping tonight. This is the perfect time to get in tune with your personal horoscope podcast. Did you know that Spotify actually has a daily podcast for each one of the zodiac signs? Where my fellow Libras at? Check out the Libra Today podcast. Well, today, I am the self-proclaimed queen of boundaries. But for those of you that suffer with setting and enforcing boundaries in your life, this podcast might be for you. Hey, I'm checking out the Suga podcast, and the exact episode is entitled Boundaries Are a Beautiful Thing. The co-host is a licensed therapist, so you might get some nuggets that you can use. Check out the Suga podcast today. Well, cult documentaries are all the rage right now, so it only makes sense that podcasts about cults would be on the rise. While real cults are no laughing matter, this comedy podcast analyzes modern day things that we use that might be a cult. If you're looking for a laugh with a dash of conspiracy, check out the Sounds Like a Cult podcast today. Thank you so much for listening to What the Pod on this Wednesday. If you liked any of my podcast picks, then share my show with your friends. As always, click the link in the description to follow along with this playlist on Spotify. Let me know your favorites on TikTok at DJ Treacy Trees. That's DJ TRICEY. If you love me and you love my show, then give me 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I will check back in with you tomorrow where I'll have 3 new shows for you to listen to.